Dear students, professionals, scholars and all the friends, today I am here for discussing document delivery service. Friends, I am Kripanand Jha, a senior lecturer at Mirabai Institute of Technology, New Delhi. Students, document delivery service is the actual service of delivering the actual information to the user or researcher. It is one of the most important service, and if I rate all the services, then this is the only service which is the last service for which all other services are being provided. So, documents delivery service is very much important for library to deliver the actual information to its user, scholars, patron, whatever you say. This is the most important service. Today, I am going to discuss this service with you. The outline of the discussion is introduction of this document delivery service, then the genesis, history, then different models, American models, British model, Russian model of this document delivery service, then what models have been adopted by other nations, then the document delivery service in India, what was done in India by different libraries, then document delivery service in a digital environment, process of document delivery service, discussion and conclusion. This is the outline of today's discussion on document delivery service. Document delivery service is actually supplying the original documents on demand. So, if a user needs any document for his or her research or study, the library should provide that document to the user at whatever the location the user is, in whatever the form the document is, in whatever the origin the document has, it does not matter. The main matter is that the library should provide the user the same information, same document as desired by him or her. So, here in definition there are, irrespective of form, irrespective of location and irrespective of its form of origin. Now, form, what does mean by form in the definition? Form is whatever the form of publication, whether it is book form, in book form, whether it is in the journal article form, whether it is the newspaper article, whether it is the report, part of report, whether it is standard, patent or conference proceedings, whatever it is. So, here in the definition, form means the form of publication. We have studied this thing in our Bachelor of Library Information Science in different subject, the form of document, that means different form, book, journals, periodicals, conference proceedings, reports, standard, thesis, dissertation, like that. These are the forms. Then the second term has come as location. So, here location means the location of user. Suppose user is at the remote area of the country or the at the remote area of the world. It does not matter for library service. If user demands some part of book, some part or some article of journal, a particular journal, or some standard, some patent, whatever it is, the library should provide it. Then the form of origin, original. Form of original means whether it is article in form of article, you have to provide in the form of article. If it is in the form of report, you have to provide the document in the form of report. So, like that, if it is part of chapter or part of a book, you have to provide like that. So, the original form you have to provide in original form. Original form means not the same book, not the same journal, you have to provide the copy. So, objective of document delivery is to meet the concept of right information at right time to right user. So, if the user is asking for a particular article, that is the right information for the user. So, concept given by Ranganathan, right information, right time, right user. This is the one service which satisfy this concept of Ranganathan. So, right user, since user is asking a particular article or particular chapter of a book or particular standard, particular patent, you have to provide it. So, that is and that information is right information, that person is right person, and you have to provide it at right time. It is not that user is asking the information today and you are supplying it after 1 year. The speed is very important. And now, you have to add one more thing, at right cost. It is like a user is asking for an article and you are costing in hundreds and thousands. It is not appropriate. You have to, yes, for managing document delivery, to supply all these things needs money and the organization spend money, but it should be not that much costly that user can't afford. So, you have to put a right cost also. If you go to the website of NISCARE, now it is NISCARE, previously it was known as INSTOC, Indian National Scientific Documentation Center. You will find that there is a cost, and while I was searching for this discussion, I was preparing for this discussion, I went to the website of NISCARE and I found there is certain amount, fixed amount for document delivery service, like 1500 or 700, 1500 for foreign or if it is in other than English or Hindi, then you have to give the translation charge also, like that. All the charges are there and it is very transparent. So, at right cost. So, main objective is to meet right information at right time to the right user. Next is that the only document delivery service is the service or is the library service which makes all other services relevant, especially current awareness service. The library services, especially the current awareness service, if we provide the efficient current awareness service to our users, then what will happen? User will become aware of the publications, especially the new publications in his or her area of interest. Then what will happen? The user will go for the original document to study, to read. If some of the documents attract the user, which has been brought in front of him or her by current awareness service, like indexing service, abstracting service, or SDI service, and whatever the alert service, whatever the way we are alerting or making aware the user. So, user will go to the original document. In that condition, user will come to the library, ask for the document. If the document is not there, then user will ask it to bring from the other library. So, the library has the responsibility to provide the documents, whether it is in the collection of the same library, or it is in the collection of other library, or it is in the collection of remote library, or even if it is not in the country, the library will have to procure and acquire the document or make available document, whatever the way it is, it can be. So, to make our especially current awareness service successful, the document delivery service is very much important. If you are not providing, if a library is not providing the document delivery service, then there is no need of current awareness service. Whatever efficient is current awareness service, it does not have any impact until or unless we are not providing the document delivery service. So, document delivery service is one of the most important service in the library. If you go through the history of document delivery service, basically document delivery service started in Second World War time, especially the Allied forces were wanting to work on different scientific project, different project of defense, to know the projects of its enemy, especially those days enemy of Allied force was Hitler, Germany. So, to know about the development in the field of defense in Germany, they were wanting to collaborate, they were wanting to create the scientific and research group for countering this the growth of Hitler or growth of Germany. So, for that purpose document delivery service started, especially in the country of Allied forces. As you know that the World War II has been fought between 1932 to 1945. US and UK set up large number of research group, especially in the defense science, in the area of defense science, to support war efforts. USA and UK were first to establish dedicated document delivery system in their countries to supply documents to its scientific communities. So, UK and US, these were two countries of Allied forces who first established document delivery service in their country to support their scientific group, their technical group, their researchers in especially in the area of defense science. They experimented with centralized and decentralized model to meet the demand of scientific community irrespective of location. If you go through, or we will discuss the model of this document delivery service, Document delivery services initially in initial phase, it was the main objective was that providing, making available the document to its researcher, its user immediately. That was main objective. So, there was centralized in the initial stage, it was centralized model, means there was one organization who was responsible for collecting the document, required document from whatever the source, from whatever the library within the country, and provide it to the person or to the group of person or the researcher or group of researchers or technician, group of technicians or the organization, agency, whosoever is demanding. Initially, they adopted centralized process. They made one organization which was responsible for document delivery service. Then after the World War II, we say that the information explosion took place. Due to this, libraries were unable to collect all the resources in one library. Other countries also started the model, followed the suit, and they started document deliveries service in their respective country. So, the model also got developed. First, let us see the American model of a document delivery service. In 1944, United States of America established clearinghouse for scientific and technical information, that is known as CFSTI. Now, it is known as National Technical Information Service, which is NTIS, to promote the exchange of information among research and development groups and project teams. In the initial years, means it was established in 1944, and the purpose was exchange of information by different research groups. First, the America established different research groups, then the clearinghouse, this national organization, one window organization was created to exchange the information among the agencies or research groups. CFSTI collected technical reports from different projects team, defense contractors, government agencies, and made available to scientific communities. In the time of World War II, United States of America created almost 200 or more than 200 research groups, research organizations. Before that, research were dedicated or isolated to universities only. In the time of Second World War and after that only, separate research organizations started to come in form. So, it was the experiment of USA that for a certain purpose to work on mission mode for finding some solution of some problem, they had the research groups or research organizations. Especially they started with defense, later this concept extended to other areas. So, now National Technical Information Service is under US Department of Commerce, and it is one of the largest delivery center in the world. It has it deals with more than 200 federal departments, agencies and research groups. United States of America has more than 100 document delivery centers, which included Library of Congress, library network like Research Library Network and major universities. So, initially while discussing the introduction, what did I say? That as the time evolved, the model of document delivery service also evolved. USA had more than 100 document delivery centers to cater to the scientific and technical research groups all over the country. As you know that United States of America is a big country, and those days, mind it, those days there was no internet. Means documents used to, even photocopy was very difficult those days. Reprography was more difficult than today. Today you can just click by your mobile and create the digital document in your mobile and send it anywhere in the world within fraction of seconds. But those days even photocopy machine was not there. Reprography process was a kind of means, if you have seen that previously we used to have analog camera. So, for reprography, photograph from analog camera used to take by analog camera used to take, then negative used to be created, then from negative it was printed into positive form. So, that way reprography was used to be used to take place. So, reprography was not that much important. Then photocopy machine, Xeroxing machine came, and after the photocopy machine, reprography become more easy, more comfortable. Even though the reprography means photocopy, sending photocopy was not so easy. Either it used to be sent by post, or it used to be sent by a combination of a machine on telecommunication, that used to be called fax. Now, I do not know whether you people are aware with the fax. Now, fax is going to be almost obsolete now, because there is no need of fax now. So, fax used to be a machine under which one could put the document, it was scanned and sent to the other sides of fax machine, and there it used to be printed. So, that way we used to send by fax. So, covering the big country was very difficult by one organization. Therefore, there was a distributed model of document delivery, and distributed model developed in the document delivery system. Now, we are going to discuss British model. During the World War II, Britain made desperate effort to access scientific and technical journals of German language kept in nearly 200 libraries of the United Kingdom. As you know that basically the fight was between UK and Germany. Fight started, then the other country followed, and the whole world was divided in two parts, and both the two groups, and both the groups were fighting, and it was named as World War II. So, the Allied force, the leader of Allied force was United Kingdom. So, in that period United Kingdom was very desperate to know or to translate, to extract the information of German periodicals. Those they were subscribing those periodicals. They had periodicals spread in 200 or more than 200 libraries of United Kingdom, but they were wanting to extract the information, whatever the information have been published. Especially they were concentrating on in the area of defense science, especially the rocket science, that how the Germany and how much Germany has developed rocket science, and what are other development in the area of defense, and for that purpose they started document delivery service. After the war, Britain established separate division known as British Library Lending Division. It was centralized division under British Library to supply the documents. So, it is estimated that the British Library Lending Division used to supply almost 3 million documents per annum. Though it was centralized in nature, Britain can afford the centralized model. Then the Russian model. Russia established All Union Institute of Scientific and Technical Information, though it is English name, Russian name is different. So, the acronym of Russian name of this All Union Institute of Scientific and Technical Information is VNITI, as a national clearinghouse for information, and this VNITI was responsible for document delivery in the country. It is being said that when the Russia was united, you know that in 1990s, the Russia broke, the old Russian Union was broken, and so many 8 or 9 countries came out of the Russian Union. So, those days when this organization Russia itself was at height, this organization had 400 dedicated full time staff and 20,000 part time translators. It had more than 20,000 foreign journals it used to subscribe. So, that huge journals of foreign language was subscribed by Russia, and they used to translate it, they used to make the index, abstract and everything, and whenever and wherever it used to be demanded by the scientific community of Russia, they used to send it in the document delivery, under the document delivery service. So, that was a kind of, and they were also using centralized. Later they created the different databases, and they had almost 240 databases for providing this literature search, bibliographic database, index, abstract, etc. So, that was a kind of service from Russia. Then other nations like Canada, Japan, Australia and several other countries had this document delivery service, established the nodal agency for document delivery service in their country. Now, if you see the Indian model or Indian experiment with document delivery service, then you will find that INSDOC, Indian National Scientific Documentation Center, which is now known as NISCARE, National Institute of Science, Communication and Information Resources, which is in Delhi. It was established in 1952, and with other services, library services, it had adopted the document delivery service as one of the main service for supporting the scientific and technical community, research community of the country. It established different regional center, like INSDOC had regional center at Bangalore, Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai. So, like that. So, they started this document delivery services of south region from Chennai, eastern region from Kolkata, central and western central region from Bangalore, western region from Mumbai, like that, and northern region from INSDOC headquarter New Delhi. So, likewise they started this service covering whole the country. Later they extended to the SAARC country also. So, document delivery in initial stage, document delivery in INSDOC was centralized in nature. You have to order or make the request to the headquarter, and it used to serve from either from headquarter in Delhi or from its regional center. So, INSDOC was very active service provider, document delivery service provider, and still it is. If you go to the website of NISCARE, you will find they have very clear cut policy for document delivery service. Now, document delivery service in digital era. Now, with the help of internet, and as the storage media is becoming more cheaper, all the documents or all the resources are in the digital form on the internet. So, here with the impact of information communication technology, the document delivery service, the nature of document delivery service has also changed. the libraries are providing, now the corporate houses have also come into the fray, and they are providing document delivery service online. So, suppose if you are searching a database like Dialog, Chemical Abstract, Adonis, Elsevier, if you need a particular book or a particular article, and if you don't have the authority to access, means you are not accessing the database through any library, you are not the member of a library which has the access authority, in that condition they have made provision that you directly pay to the database provider. Means if you want an article from Elsevier, you directly pay the pay whatever the charge they are charging and download that article from the Elsevier site directly. So, this is the nature now that document delivery service has completely changed, and corporate houses have also come in the business. They have made it a kind of business. In this business model, main role was played by Institute of International Statistical Institute, Philadelphia, ISI. They started this service and they made a network of publishers, and they had very good revenue sharing, and they this ISI provided the royalty to the publishers for supplying the documents. So, that was a kind of another model which was developed by ISI. So, this was the model, but even with the impact of information communication technology and the resources in digital form, now the document delivery service, the model of document delivery has changed, but if the document is still in the print form, you have to reproduce it either as photocopy, or you have to scan it, make it digital, and then transmit it to the user. So, process of document delivery service is that receiving the demand, locating the document in its own collection or satellite library or libraries in the network, create a duplicate by photocopy or other means. Here other means, today if you want to send the document by email, or even now you can send the document by WhatsApp or whatever the mode, there are number of modes on using internet technology. So, you just scan the document and send it by email, by WhatsApp, or by other modes of document sharing. And previously it was delivered by fax, post, or email also. Later email was also introduced. Now it is very much through email and internet. So, process in digital environment, another process is that the corporate houses have different model. You put, means if you are finding anything on their portal, you just request, they will take the payment and they will allow you to download the document. If there is a library, if you need, library also can give you the permission or send you the document through email. So, that is the kind of model which have been changed from its inception to till date. So, as far as the discussion is concerned, you know that the document delivery service is one of the most important service which provide the actual information or the document to the user, which is being known by user or required by user, whether by a current awareness service or by any means. It is the service which supports the user, and this is the only service which makes relevant the current awareness service. The world has different experience of document delivery service. India has also contributed, Indian organizations like NISCARE, then other organizations have also provided, and they are still providing, like NASDOC, National Social Science Documentation Center, DECIDOC, it is a Defense Science Documentation Center, Documentation Information Center. So, like that, DESIDOC is Defense Science Information and Documentation Center, which is dedicated for defense science information, or serves to the defense science community, means scientist and technician of defense science. So, likewise, India has also developed a model, and in all over the country, in India, libraries are providing document delivery service to its users. So, that way, friends, we have understood this document delivery service, the world experience and the Indian experience, whatever the model, whatever the process have been adopted and have been evolved since its inception. We have understood this in this discussion today. So, friends, with this I am concluding this discussion. Hope we will meet at the same platform with another topic at another day. Till then, thanks to all of you. Good luck. Wish you all the best.